Attention geography nerds out there, this video is for you. To those of you who know me, know I love finding borders, benchmarks, and monuments. Of all of these, extreme points and tri-points are my favorite. Here on the Great Plains between Clayton, New Mexico and Boise City, Oklahoma, are two of these points that are easily accessible and close together. See the yellow building coming up on the right-hand side? That is the northwestern corner of the state of Texas, my home state. The corner of Texas is literally a few inches from the road, but the highway never enters Texas, but continues within New Mexico for another 2.7 miles, where it intersects the Oklahoma state line. Here's the corner. Now, we'll go back to the corner benchmark in a little while, but first of all, let's go to the New Mexico-Oklahoma state line on Highway 412. The Oklahoma Panhandle is a geographical oddity. It is only 34 miles wide, but it is 167 miles long. That is more than half the length of the central part of the state. The Panhandle was formed as an indirect result of two acts of Congress, the Missouri Compromise of 1820 and the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. If you continue driving eastward from here and follow US 412, you will drive the entire length of the Sooner State, 504 miles, to the Arkansas border at Siloam Springs. Let's turn back to the west, back to the New Mexico state line, and let's find the two benchmarks of interest. Here we go. Now we're heading to the west, to the New Mexico state line. Now we're going to turn left here on this dirt road. This dirt road goes 1.5 miles due south to the Tri-State Monument. This road is completely within Oklahoma because the state line is about 6 feet on the other side of that fence line, paralleling the road. So I don't bore you, let's speed up the video and add some music. This is the Tri-State Monument between New Mexico, Oklahoma Panhandle, and Texas. And that road is the New Mexico on the left, Oklahoma on the right. Actually, our van's in Oklahoma Panhandle. Our van is in Oklahoma. The kids are in Oklahoma. And the state line of Texas and New Mexico runs that way. Now I'm in Texas now. This is Dallam County. We're not far from Texline, Texas. This is Dallam County. Now there you go. That's Oklahoma on the left and Texas. I'm standing on the line right here. So the road is more in Oklahoma, it looks like. And then Texas is on the right. As we drive westward, back to the northwest corner of Texas, I will explain why these boundary lines and benchmarks are the way they are today. Even though we are completely within the state of New Mexico, the northern edge of the Texas Panhandle is just 15 feet from the road on the left-hand side. This extreme northern boundary of the state of Texas was determined by the Missouri Compromise of 1820. Future states carved out of the Louisiana Purchase north of 36.5 degrees north would be free states, with the exception of Missouri. Those south of the line would be slave states. Texas came into the Union in 1845 as a slave state. Therefore, Texas territory would have to stop here. Texas finally agreed to cede its lands north of 36.5 degrees latitude and west of 103 degrees longitude which should make the northwest corner of Texas at 36.5 north and 103 degrees west. But this is not what happened. To make a long story short, the 1859 surveyor who traced the western edge of the Texas Panhandle made an error, putting the northwest corner at 36.5 degrees north and 103.04 degrees west. The 2.2 miles we are driving at the moment represents the blunder, which gave Texas about 930 square miles of extra land. Unfortunately for New Mexico, the boundary line stuck. Years later, surveyors marked the Oklahoma-New Mexico line correctly on the 103rd meridian west, from the Tristate point northward to the Colorado border. Okay, David's standing on the northern tip of Texas. Is that it? Yep, that's it. That's the northwestern corner of Texas. Yeah, you see it even shows the little line. It shows the little corner. See? Yeah, I'm standing in the corner. Yeah. On the left is New Mexico, on the right is Texas. And then on this side, those telephone poles is the border of the Panhandle. Okay, I'm now standing at the northwest corner of Texas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay in Texas. I'm gonna try to, all the way to San Antonio from the northwestern corner. But I gotta go through here. I gotta go through the fence. Okay, I went through the fence. Now I'm coming to the van. Now we're gonna drive to Texline. Texas this way. Texline is that way. Months before this trip, I used Google Earth to figure out the furthest point from my home I could stand, yet still be in Texas. I discovered this extreme spot was indeed the northwest corner of the Panhandle. From the northwest corner to my home in San Antonio, as the crow flies, is 544 miles, 640 miles by car. Being the geography super nerd I am, I got the idea I would stand on the corner and then travel the whole distance without crossing a state line. Hence why I crawled through the fence and took this dirt road 9 miles all the way to the town of Texline in order to stay in Texas all the way home. Join us as we cross the beautiful Rita Blanca National Grassland at 5 times speed. also one of the coldest. It snows here. It's cold here a lot.
Here?
Oh my gosh. I don't want to kill the van now.
There's a nice house. It's a nice house.
How's that for a house?
Look at that house.
Is that a meadowlark? Okay.
Look at the field. Dad, look at the field.
Yeah, this is Texline,
The
Texas.
baseball field.
Look, the streets are not even paved.
That one is. That street is.
Okay. This is Texline, Texas. The highway's a few blocks away. Okay, Highway 87. That was a little excursion, huh?
Wait, this is actually a nice town. This is actually a nice town. See, look, the streets are paved.
Yeah, we're back on Highway 87, going southeast.
It's 283 here. Oh crap.
What is the
police
speed
car.
limit?
Police car.
Feels so smooth after
Police car.
Texline Marshall. Dalhart, Texas, 36, Dumas. What did it say, Dumas? So there we go. We went from the very corner. We did not leave Texas.